Have you ever wondered why you keep reaching for the bottle even after swearing you will quit? Well, you're not alone and you're not crazy. There is a hidden force that is sabotaging your best intentions to stop drinking. In the next few minutes, I will reveal the shocking truth about what's driving your drinking habit all along. And I will show you how to break free from its grip once and for all. Hi, this is Alex Rivera with Activation Energy, and I'm here to help you achieve sobriety and start living the best life. Today, we're talking about one of the most important aspects of sobriety, which is how to prevent relapses. Relapses happen when all of our best intentions to quit drinking fail and we get back at it. Relapses can be very demoralizing because they make you feel like you're trapped in a never-ending cycle and that things will never get better. So preventing relapses and learning how to prevent relapses is very, very important. Personally, I was stuck in a cycle of relapsing for many years. No matter how ill I felt or how bad the hangover was, that I would say, well, I'm never again going to do this. I would go back and drink. But there is a way to break this cycle. Key to understanding how to stop relapsing is understanding what triggers the relapse. Triggers are these hidden things that surround us everywhere we go, that when exposed to these triggers might bring about an urge or a craving to drink. There are many different types of triggers, and some of them you might be aware of them, but some of them you might not. Some common triggers that you may or may not be aware are things like places, like bars where you used to hang out and drink, restaurants, your friend's place where you drinking buddy place. Places where you used to drink and you associate with drinking can be triggering. But also people like your drinking buddy or some people that make you feel stressed out or anxious, perhaps a coworker or people within your family. These people may be triggering for you as well. So certain people are examples of triggers. In my case, there is a member in my family that is very triggering for me. So I try to minimize contact with this family member, but when I can't do that, then I have to come up with a plan to minimize my exposure to this person because, as I said, it can be very triggering to me. So I literally surround myself with other family members so I don't have to interact with this family member very often. And if we're sitting on a table, I literally sit to a side when I am not in this eyesight of this person, so I don't feel the trigger coming onto me. So there are things you can do when people trigger you. There's also environmental triggers. Triggers that come about because of the way your environment is organized or because you associate a certain environment with drinking. This could be in your own home, for example. So walking into the kitchen, you might have liquor on the counter. Or if you have a liquor cabinet next to the wall, and every time you walk by, you might feel an urge coming onto you, you might feel tempted. So there are things in your environment that might be very triggering to you. And if you have control over that, then you can modify those things. Take away the liquor cabinet, remove all the alcohol from your house, change the environment in a way that you're not exposed to this constant triggering. And for example, if you can't prevent alcohol in your house because other people drink there, then you might have to come up with a strategy and talk to the people in your household to say, listen, I can't hang around with you when you're drinking. Then there are unexpected triggers that you might not be fully aware but are happening all the time all around you. Things like the sunset, birds chirping, rainy days, certain kind of music or show on TV, things that for one reason or another your mind is now associated with drinking. And some of these triggers might be completely hidden from you. And you might be exposing yourself to them time and time again every day without being aware. And you just feel like a strong urge to drink. So that is why it's key learning to identify these triggers so you can prevent urges and you can prevent relapsing. So for that, a great tool is to keep a daily journal of urges. Basically what that is it could be a notebook or it could be a piece of paper where you're going to write down every time you feel an urge coming onto you during the day. So if you're going about your daily life and all of a sudden you feel like an urge coming, an urge to drink or do, you're going to record what happened. I have created a template to help me record all the urges throughout the day. And I'm going to use it for this example. If you want to have a copy of this template, check down in the description below. You can download this same template that you can use for recording your own urges. I know it is a little bit of work, but nothing comes for free. Here I write down what happened. I write down the time of the day that happened, the day of the week, because days might be important too. A lot of people have this thing about Mondays, for example, or Fridays or Saturdays, where we have associated these days with certain feelings and we might have certain emotions and cravings associated with those days. I have here who were you with, and then any other special circumstances associated with that moment. So by using this log, I can find patterns. I can find situations, circumstances, people that bring about an urge that I may not be aware. Once some of these urges are revealed to me, then I can do something about them. For example, I found out that if I stay too late watching TV when everybody's gone to sleep, that is very triggering to me because that's when I used to drink. I used to drink when everybody was asleep. I had taken care of everything and everybody, and now I could chill and relax and drink in peace because I was not bothering anybody. So staying up late at night can be very triggering to me. So guess what? I don't do that anymore. I make sure that I don't go to bed late. When I'm home, I go to sleep at 9, turn off the TV, kiss my wife goodnight, and call it a day. Other times that were triggering to me was mornings because I usually wake up feeling already anxious, and by 9, 10 o'clock, I would get a very, very strong urge to drink. And many times I had drank in the mornings when I had to stay home or when I was working from home. So there is a strong association between that time of the day and drinking. So guess what? I make sure I'm somewhere else between 9 and 10. I'm at the gym or I'm running an errand or I'm doing some work elsewhere. So basically now that I know that I have these urges at this time of the day, then I can do something about them. The key is to disrupt the patterns and the routines that keep us stuck in this cycle of trigger, urge, drink, relapse. If you've been trying to quit drinking and you have relapsed in the past, do not despair. Relapses are a normal part of the recovery process. And while I'm not saying that you should be relapsing time and time again, relapses are an opportunity to learn, are a teaching moment to understand what are the things in our lives, what are the things in our environment that are compelling us, that are triggering us to drink. So take the relapse as a learning opportunity. Like you, I struggle with relapsing, I struggle with understanding my triggers, and I struggle with the strong cravings and urges that came upon me every time I decide to stop. So I have made a video specially for you that deals with how to deal with cravings and urges when they happen. So you can watch it right here on the screen. Also, I have put together a 5-day sobriety plan. So look down in the description. and check out this resource that I have put together to help you throughout those first critical days of early sobriety. This is Alex with Activation Energy, and I'll see you in the next video.